What's up? It's your girl T.
And it's your girl Dev,
And welcome to What's the Point Podcast.
where we're real friends who have real talk about real life.
Well, welcome back, everyone. It is our Real Friend segment. So, friend, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, friend. Today, well, it's the end of February, so we made it through another month. I'm feeling really good. I'm ready for the springtime though. Like I'm kind of like tired of dressing odd. Like it's like still cold, but then it's like starting to kind of get warm. But I'm doing good. I've been living life, having fun.
Well, that's good, friend.
Yeah. What about you?
I am at peace.
Good.
Things are sharpening,
Good.
changing, and we're just welcoming the change. So, with that, I would agree. Springtime, I'm ready for it, but I'm also ready for what has to come in the second quarter.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
Yes.
That's good to hear that things are going well.
So with that, we're going to get into our icebreaker segment.
Mm-hmm.
We ask that you guys maybe drop in the chat some names for it, or even some things that you would like to hear from us to get to know us a little bit better.
Yeah. So if you guys have been keeping up with us the last few episodes, we've been doing this little icebreaker. And we just need like a name for it. We need something for this segment. So if y'all are creative, get in the comments or DM us on our Instagram page.
Right.
You can DM us there.
DM us and let us know what this segment could be called.
Yeah.
So with that, what is something about you that surprises people when they first hear it?
So I have one thing, but I'm not going to say it on the mic. But I think one is that I really am I'm an introvert, but I'm not that much of an introvert. I'm actually an extrovert sometimes. But I think people are always like, oh, she's so quiet. She's so shy. She doesn't talk much. I do. I talk a lot, actually. I just don't be talking to y'all like that. Like you really got to get to know me and be my friend and be like, oh, she is a talker.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that's one thing that people don't always, that they're usually surprised. They're always like, I thought you were so shy. I thought you didn't talk.
They don't get that side of
Yeah.
you.
It's like, well, we wasn't like cool like that.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I think you're very talkative, but seeing you in social spaces with others, it's kind of like, no.
Yeah, like I just wasn't feeling it.
Right.
No beef, no bad blood. I just wasn't feeling it. Yeah, I'm gonna play quiet today.
Right.
And I think that's a pro. I can play into it like, y'all want me to be the shy girl? I'm gonna be the shy girl today. I ain't saying nothing.
Right.
Yeah. What about you? What's yours?
I'm the opposite. I've noticed that people think because I'm social, oh my gosh, you're such a social butterfly, which I am. But I like my space. Yeah. And so when I'm in my bubble and just like, oh no, I'm not going. Or, we talk, I'll tell Deb in a minute, like, I don't know about that, Deb. I have to see.
Right. She's always like, I'm going to let you know because I might change my mind.
And I will. I will change my mind. Yeah. I will change my mind that day.
Yeah.
A couple of hours before. So that surprises people because they expect me to just be talkative and just, I wouldn't say entertaining, but just very sociable. And I have a social battery. And it's not for everyone. Yeah. By 7:00, I'm over it.
It's just declining.
It's declining instantly. And if you're my person, it can be sustained. If not, and you're draining me, I have got to go home immediately.
I feel that.
Yep. What about yours, Steph?
Mine says, when was the last time you cried and why?
I cried watching documentaries. I don't know what that's about in Black History Month, but I just watch a whole bunch of documentaries. And one specifically that I was watching, what is it called? The Lionel Richie one.
Oh, The Night in Pop? Or
The Night in Pop. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The one about We Are the World. Oh, it just touched me, honey. I was just crying, and it just touched me. Things have an effect on me, so I just cry at any moment. It could just be in the car. I just cry. Yeah. That's probably one memory that I can remember now, but I'm pretty sure I cried another time. Yeah. What about you, Dev?
I think the last time I cried was in church. Yeah, that was the last time I cried, because I did cry later that day, but like that's because I was just still emotional. But yeah, the last time I cried was then. I might have cried later that day when I was watching Sex in the City, but I think it was because it was something about a dad and a daughter, and I always get emotional about that. But yeah, I mean, oh, and one thing I've been doing since the new year started is I've been keeping track of all the times I've cried, just to see, like, is one month more emotional than the other, what was going on this month. So I've been keeping track of that and the reason why too. So, but yeah, the last time I cried was in church last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say cry, let it out, release.
I'm all for crying. Like, I think we should cry more.
Let the emotions flow, because baby, they just might flow out of nowhere. They might flow on the show from time to time. I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows? It depends
now,
on
honey,
the time of the month.
Right. That part too.
Yeah.
All right. So last one. Which season, or do you have one more?
The one I have is similar to the one you just asked, so I'm not gonna do it.
Which season fits your personality?
So part of me wants to say summer because I'm a summer baby, but I think for the sake of my personality, I would say it's more spring, because springtime is like, it's still cool, it's kind of warm, it's like in the middle. So I feel like sometimes I could be very much cool, warm, depending on my vibe, depending on how I feel. So I would say more of spring. Plus, spring is always fun, even though my allergies are terrible during that time.
I would agree.
It's always a fun little time, though. What's yours?
Same. Spring. I just feel like it's just changing, and just, you know, nature's evolving.
Yeah.
Mating season is in the spring for most animals, and
that's
you get
true.
to see the rebirth, and just
right, the flowers are blooming.
It's just a flourishing time. The fashion, the colors.
Right. I love Easter color.
It's just me. It's just me. So I would say spring.
Okay.
Nice. So, as you can see from our episode title, we are talking about all things mean. Yes. And why is everybody so mean?
I want to know the same question. Like, why is everybody so mean? Like, to me, it seems like people are getting meaner. Between like the internet and real life, like, people are just mean. People are not holding doors. They're not smiling. They're not waving. And then on the internet, they're so foul.
They're foul. The comments drains me to get on social media. I'm like, why are you this invested, and why are you this hurtful?
Yeah.
Why did you say that? That is not nice.
Like, you took the time to type that up and press post. Why?
That is mean. I'm not a fan. So I would have to agree with the things you stated. Just kind of the social interaction, human interaction, the energy that's on social media. We went from uplifting people and being their hype man to now we're just experts on everything, and you can't do anything right. We're very critical.
Yeah, like 1 minute y'all hyping it up, the next minute it's trash, and like the person is terrible, and they need to go
and they're canceled,
fall off the face of the earth.
Yes, and fall off the face of the earth. Critical, just hurtful.
Right, they're canceled, and all of these things, and it's like, why are y'all so mean? Like, why are y'all so invested?
Right.
Yeah.
So that goes into our Real Talk segment. And in this Real Talk segment, we would not do you guys justice if we weren't holding you all accountable.
Yeah.
Because as real friends, we're not going to tell you just positive things and be an ally, be your yes man.
All the time, yeah.
You need to be held accountable. So in being held accountable, in our accountable time, we're going to talk about why you're being mean, or why that person might be being mean to you.
Yeah, because I'm going to assume that our listeners are nice people. So I'm going to say that they're not the ones being mean. I'm going to assume people are being mean to them.
I'm going to assume, but I feel like human nature.
Everybody can be mean.
Situations you might find yourself being reactive or responding in a way that someone's responding to you. So in this moment, just thinking about some of those reasons why people are mean, and first understanding like being mean in general, the emotion.
Yeah.
And in being emotionally mean, you're making a conscious effort to be hateful and exuding like fear and just what's another one? Like being,
like
I said,
harmful, like
hurtful,
intentionally
harmful
going out your way to like be mean to
to
somebody.
that person,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So when you're thinking of that, the huge one that's uncomfortable and kind of goes into our vibe for this episode is jealousy. I just hate that. I hate jealousy.
I think, how do I feel about jealousy? I feel like sometimes it can be good, but most of the time it's bad. Because there's a difference between jealousy and envy.
Okay.
Like jealousy is like, ooh, I want, okay, so say I have a job, somebody else wants that same position. Dang, I'm jealous that she got that position and I didn't get it. Dang, dang, dang. Envy, I feel like that's when it's more so like I'm going to go out of my way to harm this person so that I can get what they want. You know, like it's resentful. Like it's like a possession behind it. Like I'm envious about what they have to where I'm gonna harm them to get what they have. You know, like I feel like there's a difference. But with jealousy, sometimes it can be good, but usually it's bad.
I don't like jealousy. I don't have
Me
a reason
neither.
to
I don't like jealousy
jealous
either.
of anyone. I feel like taking myself out of it and just understanding there's some things that are meant for you and there's some things that are meant for other people. And I'm okay with that. So jealousy and mean go hand in hand because you're being intentionally mean to this person for what you want. What they have, how they show up. You might want to show up that way. I don't think it's just, the material or the objective of I'm jealous because you have this. It's also, you might look at that person and say, well, they're also always so happy, or they have this as far as their relationship. I want to have that. Like, have the real conversations. And it's like, you don't even know what's happening behind closed doors.
Yeah.
So,
like that person might not even want what you wanting. Like you're wanting this thing, you're wanting this relationship. You don't even know what they going through behind closed doors.
So you're actively being mean and you don't even have the full context.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Total.
That don't make no sense for you to act that way. You need to stop that. So that's why jealousy makes me uncomfortable, because I don't understand why. It's very prevalent, but I'm like, I don't understand the reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
And if that's causing you to be mean, stop it.
And that's a lot of the times what it is. Like people will feel jealous about what someone else has or what they think that they have, and because that person doesn't have it, now I'm going out my way to be mean because I feel a way about what you have, and maybe me being mean to you will take away what you have in a way. Like maybe if I'm mean to this person, then they'll stop doing X, Y, the things that I'm wanting, know, like, but it's like, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. Because now you just look bitter and you look jealous
and miserable
and you look like a hater.
Yeah, that part. A real big hater.
Real big hater.
So, getting into the learned behavior piece of, being mean, showing up in the home, learning that behavior at home.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the mean behavior that I see, it comes from the home. It comes from, maybe your parents raised you and they were mean. Maybe your grandparents were mean, your aunts or uncles were mean when you were growing up, and you end up leaving the home and you're being mean to people because you think that's normal. But it's like taking that accountability is realizing, hey, when I was growing up and my mom was talking to me crazy, she wasn't supposed to talk to me crazy as a kid. She wasn't supposed to call me out my name, and vice versa, or parents or whatever. So I have to know that maybe I was a victim and maybe that's what happened. And instead of me making other people be victims, I need to just hold myself accountable, and be a nicer person. Stop being mean when you leave the house and projecting your hurt onto others. It's not cool.
No, I loved all of that. That was a beautiful explanation on kind of learned behaviors and think of it from that concept of, yes, that happened to you, but also when you walk out of the house, you don't get to project that onto anyone else. And I think that's my issue is, yes, like it was wrong and you're entitled to feel the way that you feel and you're validated in your feelings. But what we're not going to do is mistreat people because you've been mistreated.
Right.
Because where does it stop?
Right. Where does it stop? Like, it can't be a full thing, but that's how that generational stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody stops it. Nobody stops it. Everybody's just being mean to their next.
Grandma did this, and then my mom learned that from her mom, and then I, learned that from my mom, and then when I have kids,
I do the same. Yeah, and then it's just a pattern.
It just happens. I'm like, no, it doesn't.
It doesn't have to go like that. We can stop it at some point. We can say, okay, I recognize that what's going on, this mean energy that I'm receiving, I don't need to pass it on to other people. I need to do some self-reflection and figure out, why is it that I'm being mean? Am I jealous? Am I hurt? Am I scared? Am I projecting? Like, what is it that is making me so mean? And how can I say, let me fix that?
Right.
How? Yeah.
So I agree. I think that that's definitely, thinking about that kind of goes also into like our next point of something could be wrong in that person's life. And it's one of those things, when we think of something could be wrong, you're thinking of finances. Like we all mentioned in our last episode, finances play a huge role.
Yeah.
Being sick. Whether it's someone's in your family who's sick or terminally ill,
you have a terminal or illness, diagnosis that you didn't want to get. Yeah.
Relational things that are happening for you, friends ain't treating you right, or partners not treating you right. And so you feel like, okay, nothing's going right in my life, and this is how I'm acting out. This is how I'm gonna act out with it. And maybe that's not what you're saying, like, I'm gonna act out this way, but that's what you're doing. That's the action of it.
Because I don't think that people intentionally, like, I don't think people correlate it until later. Like, they don't correlate, like, oh, I'm feeling this way because of this. Oh, I'm scared about this diagnosis, and so now I'm exhibiting this anger or this mean emotion. I don't think people recognize what it is until later. But it's like, once you recognize what the issue is, fix it.
Please.
Because, like, you know what it feels like when people are mean to you. So why are you wanting to be mean to other people, knowing that feeling that you feel? When you feel inferior, or you feel down and out, you feel insecure, or whatever you feel when people are mean to you, why you want to do that to somebody else?
Oh, that was a good one. When you said insecure.
Because that's where mean comes from too. That jealousy, you feeling insecure, baby.
You are insecure, and like, normalize insecurities.
Yeah, because we all have them. So let's just
normalize them. Now, I'm not saying walking around body shaming yourself. That's not what I'm saying. But normalize insecurities. Everyone, one arm's longer than the other. Okay? And you don't like this about yourself. Okay? Somebody doesn't like that about themselves either. Yeah. You have to grow to love that. But I think that's a you thing. That's not someone else. So I do think when we think of something's wrong, like pointing that stuff out and looking at it and looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, okay, this is me. I need to fix this. I need to hold myself accountable.
Exactly.
That was good, Deb.
Thanks, friend.
That was real good. The inferior, that was real good.
Yeah, but it's true. Yeah. I guess, like, I mean, you probably just feeling a little insecure. You're probably just feeling a little bit less than, like, I don't know what you're feeling.
You might feel stuck.
Yeah, you might feel stuck. Maybe you're overwhelmed. I don't know, but like,
overstimulated is one. Like, for instance, speaking from a cultural space, Black women, our anxiety shows up where we're overstimulated, or irritable. You have an attitude. You don't have no attitude. You're just anxious. That's okay.
You're just overwhelmed.
You're overwhelmed. You need to go sit with that. Now, that doesn't mean that you get to say, I'm overwhelmed, so that's why I'm acting the way I'm acting. You know how we do. No, you still have to sit with that, and you get to say, hey, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Or you get to say, or be open with self and say, hey, to your friend or to your partner, look, I'm going through this. This is what's happening. And allow that person to be there for you, rather than withdrawing yourself and being mean, unintentionally or intentionally, whatever. Being mean and shutting that person out, and them actually stepping away.
Yeah, because I'm a step away. Right, they have that choice, especially when they don't know what's going on. Because we all take things at face value. So it's like, if my friend is all of a sudden she's acting snappy. Okay, of course I'm gonna check in on her, but it's like if I'm checking in on you and you still snapping at me, I'm gonna give you your space.
You're right, because I can't take that. Like I said, we all have triggers. We all have things. Something might be wrong with you, but something could be wrong with me too. Just because I'm not expressing it in the way that you are expressing it doesn't mean that I don't go through things too. And it's just like I've learned, I've did the work, and respectfully, you have to learn and do the work yourself, so that way you understand how to show up for yourself and how to allow people to show up for you.
Yeah, because I think it's selfish to assume that you're the only one who has stuff going on. That's very selfish. Especially if you're coming and the emotion that you have is mean. You're feeling mean. And you are coming to me. You don't know what I have going on for you to come trying to ruin my day. What if my day was already ruined? And here you come.
What if my year has just been ruined? Yeah. And, I've just been trying to stick it out for you. Yeah. No.
So I think that's where that self-reflection and that accountability comes into play. It's like we all have the right to feel whatever emotions we want to feel. We know that. But you don't have the right to exhibit that emotion to where it affects other people.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's like the perfect example is, for instance, someone coming into the room or, coming back into the room and you feel like, whoa, like the heavy, like we've all been there. The energy just changes. Like everyone's laughing, smiling, woo. And then that person walks into the room and it's like,
right, okay, because we're no longer laughing. Now we got to address whatever
is
energy
going on.
You bring in. Like, hey,
and now you snappy. Like now you're just, I don't want to talk. I don't want to do this. All right, time to go.
Yeah, like why'd you come?
It's time to go.
Yeah,
it's time to go. And you really should be the person who can sit with yourself and say, okay, I noticed something's not right. I noticed that I'm not, in a good space. Not saying that you're going to be mean to people. Like, I know I'm going to be mean to people because this, but you being aware of, okay, things are not okay. I'm not at a space maybe to open up. So I need to handle that on my own.
Yeah, I think
handle it by yourself.
Yeah, I think that goes back to just like being comfortable with sitting with yourself. Like a lot of people aren't comfortable sitting with themselves, and that's why they leave out the house being mean. Because you didn't check yourself at the door. Like you didn't even do no affirmations in the mirror. How you feeling today? You just woke up, rolled out of bed on the wrong side of the bed. Left,
and you just
yeah, you get straight to it. Like you ain't stop and do no type of self-care in the morning. Did you eat breakfast? Did you drink a little water?
That's a
did you get your 8 hours first before you are, we all need to do better at self-reflecting, self-care, and accountability.
No, I feel that. I feel like it goes into kind of like perspective in a sense from what you're saying. Hey, did you take care of yourself this morning? Are you just getting up and just getting to it? Because I've been there, like just get up, get to it. I'm like, I got this to do, I got this to do, I got this to do. I haven't did the main thing, which was, hey, how are you feeling today? Are you okay? Yes. Like I don't even know. I'm just doing things.
Yeah, like I'm already trying to get to other people's tasks for me, but what about the tasks I have for myself? Which is to check in with yourself every day and say, how are you feeling today, Devin? I'm feeling good. Okay.
I'm feeling good. I like that, friend. I like that.
Right. Or if I'm not feeling good, okay, why are you not feeling good? What's going on? Oh, XYZ. Okay. Do we need to journal? Do we need to do a voice note? Like, what do we need to do?
What do we need to do?
So I think we should do better at that.
We should. And our last, little accountability tip, being mean is just simply bad for your health.
Simply bad for your health. Because we know stress kills. And anger, meanness, all of that goes together. Stress is all. When I think of meanness, I think of, the anger iceberg. Like anger is on the top, but everything underneath the surface is like fear, sadness. Other things are typically playing into that anger. And so, yeah,
you're just limiting yourself. You're limiting yourself from enjoying life or, really seeing the beauty of community and your village really supporting you and being there for you. So you can't live a healthy life if you don't have certain things there in certain areas. You're not going to have a happy love life. You're not going to have a happy, and it's not about being happy, but I'm just saying you're not going to have a fulfilling love life, or finances are still going to look kind of crazy.
Mhm.
Like it's not helping anything. If anything, it's making it worse.
Yeah, because nobody wants to be around you when you're being mean.
You can't talk. You can't think logically.
Mhm.
I'm sure you're irrational at that point.
Right, you're irritable.
So it's
because I know me personally. Like, I don't like to be around mean people. I don't like to be around irritable people unless, if it's a one-time thing. Okay, we all been there, but like every time we come around, you're snappy, you're mean,
snarky. Well, snarky, you could just be a little sassy,
right?
Like a little sass,
like a little sass,
but just your temperature. I don't know if you hot, cold.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're cool. Oh, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
That's the no. It's gonna be a no. So with that, we're gonna get into our real life segment and getting into our points of the day. So Dev, what's your point for today?
So my point for today is if we could all be a little bit nicer, then the world would be a better place.
I would have to agree.
Yeah, I just feel like as a whole, like people are so mean. We're mean on the internet. We're mean in person. Mm-hmm. If we could just be nicer, like smile the next time you see somebody. Yeah. Wave at them, nod, at least give them some acknowledgement. And maybe, talk to your neighbors. Just be nice to everybody. Or most people, be nice.
It takes a little kindness, just a little.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. What about you, T? What's your point?
Mine would have to be holding yourself accountable. Mm-hmm. I love accountability. Own it. But holding yourself accountable and just being a nice human. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like your objective for the day, my objective for the day is just to be a nice human each day. I have no expectations. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to help anybody who's on the street do this. If that's what being a nice human for the day requires for that day, that's what it is. Yeah. But just be a nice human. That's it.
I like that. Just be a nice human. That's all we ask.
That's all we need.
I'm pretty sure that's what your kindergarten teacher asked you to do. Like, just be kind, be nice.
Be nice. Just be a nice human out here. It's hard enough. We all got our stuff. So be a nice human. It makes the world a better place. And if you are finding yourself in a space where you're the one who's being mean or someone in your life is being mean to you, just take a step back and consider all aspects. Don't just react, just take a step back.
Yeah. And consider all aspects.
Just consider everything that's going on or what that person's going through or what you're going through.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give them a little grace, because we know we all go through things, but at the same time, if you're the one being mean, get it together. Yeah. Quickly.
Hold yourself accountable. Be gentle with yourself. Hold yourself accountable.
Yeah. Be gentle, but reflect and fix
it together. Like you said, get it together.
ASAP.
So before we say our goodbyes, we want to leave you with our vibe for the week, and hopefully you can tune into it. But this week's episode, we chose the song Golden Child, Jealous by Cleo Soul. Mm-hmm. Such a vibe. She states in there, they'll be jealous of your mind and some other stuff that they'll be jealous of.
Yeah, they'll be jealous because you're kind and jealous of all of your things. So we love Cleo Soul over here. Y'all should go check out that song.
Her, and it's just gonna kind of put things into perspective in terms of you might just be doing the right thing and someone could be doing the wrong thing, but you don't get to react the same way. Yeah. So I like that song. It's holding us accountable. And so with that, we're going to say our goodbyes. But first, we're going to close out.
Yes. Make sure that you guys follow us on our Instagram at whatsthepoint_pod. You can follow me on my personal page at Devin.Nicole. That's Devin with an A, Nicole with 2 E's.
And you can also follow me on my personal IG at _I love New York.
Yeah.
So with that, take care of yourselves. Be a nice human. And goodbye.
Bye.